Did you catch that? I said I'm so hungry, but we're going to eat after we buzz. So welcome back to the Road Show. This morning in the Buzz, the Occupy Wall Street protests have hit Rhode Island. They were out all weekend, demonstrators, marching through the streets of Providence. They've also been camped out in Burnside Park in Providence. We had some live pictures earlier this morning of those tents still there. And we're told that there have been no arrests or scuffles, as some protests have had across the country. Yeah. But the question now is, how long is the city going to allow these people to stay? And will it make a difference in our economy? Well, here's what we heard from people on the scene.
We are the 99%, and we stand in solidarity with each other, and that things just have to change.
I think the fact that this is a leaderless movement is very unique. I've never seen anything like it.
I think it's kind of a messageless movement, too. I mean, I don't think, Michelle and I were talking about this earlier, there's no real clear message. It seems kind of convoluted what these people really want. They say they want change, but you were saying, Michelle, change what? Like, what do you want?
We're going to be here until...
as long as it takes.
As long as it takes to do what? That's my question. Right. I mean, I think it's great that people can go out there, they can organize, they can find a place where they feel like people agree with them on whatever their issue is, but I don't know.
And it's so many people complaining about different things. You're getting people from so many different backgrounds.
Right.
You have those that are unemployed. You have, businessmen. They were saying lawyers, teachers, etc. So you have all these people coming together, and you're right. It's like we're all fed up. Well, it's kind of great that they find each other and have that support, but exactly what you said. What are you fed up with?
That's
you can't just say, well, things aren't going well.
That's the problem, is they don't have any backing from anybody in a position of power to sort of come and back them and say, all right, we're going to push your message forward. Right now, it's just kind of a jumbled mess, sort of. You know what I mean? They're coming into these cities, they're setting up their camps, the media comes and covers it. But what's going to happen as a result of it?
And when are they going to leave? When they're forced to? I mean, they need somebody to come out and say, we're gonna leave when the Wall Street CEOs give up their bonus and donate it to the food shelter, whatever it is going to be. Like there needs to be an end point when they say, okay, this is what, and I think that
this is what we're protesting
if they want
for.
the 1% to give up their money to the 99%, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that guy summed it up just completely. The leaderless movement. There's no leader. There's nobody steering the ship. So what's going to happen? At some point, it's either going to peter out or it's going to become problematic because they're going to stay, and then there's going to be issues with arrest, like we saw in Boston, where they went to the new park there, and there was all that landscaping that they were worried about destroying
Chicago,
and stuff.
I mean, they're happening everywhere. But like you said, I almost think they need a leader because something needs to be done. You can't just keep gathering and grouping together.
Well, you know who the leader is, right? You heard about the woman who kind of started it all from like her computer in like the Boston area. But I don't think she's been out there. Am I right in saying that? I don't think she's really been out there doing anything other than like blogging and organizing from her computer.
Or they at least need a leader that says, this is the solution that we're trying to reach. Let's all fight for that. You know?
I do think it's pretty cool, though, in today's world, that you can see something like that spread across the world. Something that started here in the Northeast, really catching on with people. And whatever reason they are to be out there, they're out there and they're getting involved with the politics and the business of today.
From all different walks of life, too.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that 5 o'clock deadline today. We, of course, will be following that on Eyewitness News to see if they move out or they get the permit to stay. So what are people saying online today, Courtney? Are they supporting this? Do they think there's not really a message? What do they think?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised. A lot of people are supporting it, and they're not thinking necessarily it's just noise at this point. So they are hoping the demonstrators get that permit by today at 5 p.m. Let's take a look at some of the comments on the live blog, and this is on foxprovidence.com. Smokey Wolf says it's protests for all of us who are struggling and barely making it here in Rhode Island and across the country. Joe said, I think the protests are great, but they do need to get that permit before it gets out of hand. And Jean said it's catching on all over the country, which is good. And she said maybe this will catch their attention. Something has to. So here's the poll, what we're asking everybody today. What do you think of the Occupy Providence protests? A, it's a great start and becoming powerful. B, it's nice but probably going nowhere. Or C, they're just making noise and wasting time. We have quite a few comments on our Facebook wall this morning. Some left about 45 minutes ago. This one's from Paul. He said, I think that they use their right to good use Donna said they have something to say and they are saying it peacefully. And Gina said it's obvious we, the 99%, want to change. Some of these demonstrators are brilliant people that have yet to even be hired. So if you want to weigh in our poll or leave a comment with everybody else on the blog or Facebook, you can do that till the end of the show. But for now, we're going to switch gears and go into the kitchen with Danielle. And what are you guys working on now?